Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I am so excited. We have the 2024 AU champion, Amanda Lorenz. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
Thanks for having me.
What an exciting season it has been for all of Athletes Unlimited. I mean, we're going to break it down. You guys had a record year, not to mention, we were able to celebrate so many legends who played their last games this past weekend, and then celebrate you being the 2024 AU champion. I know I mentioned it to you earlier, but watching that video of you with the streamers coming down, you have the biggest smile on your face. Take me back to that moment of being crowned the champion.
It's just surreal and like weird to, I've only ever won team championships, so to like be the only one there, kind of like soaking it in was pretty weird, honestly. But I'm just really thankful and really exciting. It was really cool.
For you this season, because you're no stranger to Athletes Unlimited, you sit on the player exact board, but how has this season been different for you in terms of how you felt like you played, but also just being around the woman next to you?
Yeah, I think I came into the year like really wanting to focus on just winning softball games because I think at times like the leaderboard and you think about stat points and that can be a little bit overwhelming. And last year I just didn't feel like I was winning all the time, and I was like, you know what, like I don't care how I do, I just want to be on winning teams. So I was just really trying to buy into like team softball mentality and figuring out how to help my team win.
And that's amazing, the fact that when you came into it with that mindset, you did win. So,
Yeah.
how much did that just free you up and being like, let's forget about the leaderboard, let me just focus on getting my team to win?
Yeah, I think like that's where I thrive in our game is like going back to the basics of just I want to win. Don't care what it looks like as long as we win, then I can go to bed fine at night. So I think like just really honing in on the win piece was like really huge for me. Of just I would love to just win softball games, and if I can help my team win, that's even better.
I love all the people who I saw in the comment section were like, justice for the position players. Because
Yeah.
with the leaderboard, it's very easy for the pitchers to be able to really climb up the rankings quickly. But what
Hmm.
did it mean for you to kind of represent to all the position players, like, hey, we can be champions too?
Yeah, I think like it was such a testament to all of the people that I had on my team, like, and so just to have that consistency and like be able to do it for the position players was really cool. And there was some changes in our league as well, of just like we've been using pro bats for the last couple years, so pro bats are way hotter than the college bats. We went back to college bats for this season, so it felt even more impossible. We're like, okay, now we have our wide strike zone. The pitchers still get all those points, and we have college bats. Like this is gonna be really tough. So I think it's really funny. Like we go back to college bats and a position player wins. Like that's funny and doesn't help our case of like trying to get our pro bats back. But I know it was really cool just to do it for the position players, and but it's also such a testament. I had so many amazing pitchers on my team that helps me get win points to stay here.
What about your preparation do you feel like really led you to success this season? Because I have to shout out, I saw you working on your pull up game in the off season. It inspired me. I was like, all right, I need to get on my pull up grind. And just the way you increased your strength as well, and how much that carried over to the field.
Yeah, I think the last two seasons I've come in like in really good shape and feeling like my strongest self. The last 2 years have been the first time that I've been able to like really just focus on being a softball player and not having like a off season job in quotations. So just being really invested in me and being my strong best self that I can be and show up to season ready to go. So I think like just being in better shape both seasons has helped me a lot. Really thankful for my crew down in Clemson who train with me every day and to get better. So definitely have an amazing support system who make me better.
Let's talk about Clemson, because for anyone who doesn't follow your personal journey, you are married to the assistant coach at Clemson. And already within his second season, they had an incredible year last year, hosted Super Regionals for the first time since 2010. You got to be a part of that whirlwind. What is it like for you to have a partner where you guys can support each other's dreams and being at the very top of your individual sports?
Yeah, I think it's everything. I think that's why we've worked for so long, is because we get it and we get each other. So really cool to have a husband who gets it and can talk to me about my at bats, and I actually like feel like he knows what he's talking about. So that's really nice. But I think just like knowing he loves me the same no matter what. But he's also the first one to say like you need to be better. And so the accountability piece is huge. But yeah, just being able to like, we were long distance for a really long time. So to be able to like be there for each other in all of these like big moments now is just really cool. Like I don't ever take it for granted. So anytime like his teams are doing something cool, it's just really cool to be there for him and soak up the moment because we didn't always have that.
What are the dinner conversations like? Like, how much are you guys talking ball, or do you try to like separate it at times too?
I feel like we talk about it a lot. I think it consumes our life in a good way. I think like both of us would say like the saying is always like I'm more than a softball player, or like that doesn't define me. But I feel like that totally defines me, and I'm okay with it. Like I love being a softball player and having it. And he would say the same thing about baseball, I think, and just we get it. We love talking about it. We both understand. So I think we do talk about it a lot. We talk about either baseball, softball, or our dog Blue. That's probably what we talk about the most.
You have something about you that I love, that they said you're a softball nerd, and somebody who played at Northwestern. That's what we take so much pride in, is just being those nerds on the field. How much do you think having such a high IQ when it comes to softball is really shaped who you are as a player as well, just being such a student of the game?
Yeah, I think like I never saw scouting as like something that I had to do to check off. I love watching softball, so anytime that I can just watch and soak it up, I think that I'm in turn like learning more. So I love our game. I love watching. I love soaking it up any way I can and just continuing to get better. I love watching elite hitters and elite fielders because I know just watching it makes me better in turn as well. So yeah, just huge lover of our game and watching it any chance I get.
For being such a talented hitter, you've seen both sides of. You've also coached. You stayed on staff for 2 years with Florida after, so you've seen it from two different perspectives. For any younger hitter who's listening to this, what do you think separates a good and a great hitter?
Probably just the work ethic. I think like when you love hitting and you're able to go in and hit in the cages for as long as you want, but like you actually want to be there, I think that's a different level of work than someone who's going in and just checking the box off, saying like, okay, I got my 20 swings and I'm good to go. So I think just loving the process and loving like getting better and the relentless pursuit of like being the best that you can be is just so fun. Like I love practice. I love practice so much. So it's like so fun in college and growing up of like being able to be around teammates and practice and get better. So I think that's probably the key, is just falling in love with the process and falling in love with seeing how good you can really get.
It's so special to hear how much you still are loving practice and you're still coming back to it with the same joy. Like it's so written on your face and it's so pure and it's authentic. And I want to know what this process has been like for you, because you are drafted out of college. You're the number 2 overall draft to USSSA Pride. You play in the NPF, and now you switch over to Athletes Unlimited. How much have you just seen professional softball grow throughout your time in both leagues?
Yeah, I think like playing on ESPN is a testament to that, of just like seeing our game on ESPN where so many can see that it's there. Like, so just more visibility is better, of just trying to get our game out there. And like, that's probably the biggest key, is that I feel like more people are starting to know like, oh yeah, I know that there is professional softball, instead of like when someone asks what I do and I say, oh, I played professional softball, and they're like, oh, I didn't know like you could do that. So instead of like changing that narrative to like where people know is really cool, but the visibility piece is the biggest key to that.
It's a testament to, you're somebody who, you said now you can just focus on being a professional softball player and not carrying the load of having a few other jobs, which I know many people still do. You currently sit on the player exec committee. What is the work that's happening on this committee, that all of your voices are being heard, and where you're trying to grow the game so then maybe more women can be like you and able to train for it all year round for the season?
Yeah. So I'm actually not on the PEC anymore. I finished my 2-year term, and this is my first season out. But just a testament to all of the work that they do. They work so hard to make sure that this experience is as great as possible, to make sure that the players' voices are heard. And I think that's what's unique about Athletes Unlimited, is they think about the players first and want us to be heard and want to know that our needs are being met.
How have you seen this league and this style of play really grow towards professional softball and also the exciting news in terms of AUSL and what that could bring to the sport?
Yeah, I think that we just continue to get better, and I think that that's why AU knows like we needed something else. Like everybody's craving more softball, more pro softball, and specifically more traditional softball. I think that I said it yesterday. Everyone's like, "How do you feel?" I'm like, "It's a little weird. Like, there's nothing like winning a championship with your team. So to be like the only one and not like be able to go into the locker room and like pop some champagne
Yeah.
with people that I was grinding with to win a championship is a little bit different." So I think like all of us are craving that team aspect just to get back to like grinding with the same people. Obviously, this is special in its own right, but it's not like the OG of our game. So I think like just having this outlet and like seeing how it's just taken off and been really successful gives us the tools to know like, no, we can make this work. And AU wanting to invest in something more long term of just, hey, how do we get a real traditional league in place?
Which I think speaks to a lot of who you are and being the ultimate team player. And while I know you were at the podium celebrating with everybody, you still seemed like there were so many special moments between the teams you were able to play on this season. And I also want to shout out your Florida Gators because all of you did tremendous this season. And
Yeah.
you look at how many were within the top 5, even going into this last week. What does that speak to the program and the culture of you guys all coming through Florida Gator softball?
Yeah, I think we're winners. I think that that's like we know how to win. That's what we do at Florida. Is like it's never a, I hope we win. Like we were taking the field every game, like knowing that we were going to win. There was no question. I think that's a testament to Coach Walton and his staff and the culture that he provides. Is like we're gonna win on and off the field. We're gonna try and win in everything that we do. Super competitive, and then just really cool to be here with all of them. I think like Skylar killed it her first year, like really making her presence known, and I want her to play forever. And then Kelsey Stewart just had a baby like 5 months ago, and she's out here like competing and just looking amazing. So it's just like winners on and off the field. It's really cool to do it alongside them, and I think it's such a testament to what we learn at Florida and just how to win and do it the right way.
How special is that dynamic that you all have went through Florida at different periods of your life, but you still seem so interconnected and inwardly rooting for one another throughout this league?
Yeah, I think like I had a crossover with every single one of them. So I think I'm the only lucky one that had that. I played with Lily, played with Stewie, played with Jordan, and then I was on staff when Skylar came over. So yeah, it's been just really special to do it alongside them, and testament to what our program does year in, year out. It's going to continue to be there long after we're gone, just trying to leave it better than we found it. So I think that's always been the goal. But and then coming in, didn't play with Skylar, but there's like a mutual, like we know it and we get it. We've been through the same stuff. So it's just really cool to do it alongside them, look around and just know like I'm always cheering for them no matter what.
And for Skylar and the other rookies, they really debuted themselves in such an incredible way. And for someone who's played at AU for a few seasons, how exciting is it to see these rookies come in right out of college and be like, wow, they're growing this game too, and they're coming, and they're competing, and they're dominating right away.
Yeah, this rookie class was so good. I think that it's always so fun to like see them because they're in prime like playing shape. They're fresh off their college seasons. They've been training way more than all of the pros have of like game reps and all the things. So it's really fun to see them come in and kind of like get to compete against people that are so game ready. But this was such an elite rookie class, and I was telling all of them like, play forever. Like you guys have such a future in this game, and we need them to keep playing so that we can keep growing this thing because they're elite softball players.
For you looking back over this season, I'm sure you're still taking the time to reflect, but was there a moment playing on all the different teams that really stood out to you and made it such a special season?
I think week four, I had like so many of my ride or die people on my team, and there's nothing like winning with your people. That was just so fun. We ended up going 3-0. We won every inning but one inning. We dropped one inning on the entire weekend. I don't know if that's ever been done in AU history. So that was really fun. Just getting to compete with people that you really love on and off the field that get you and support you. And there's a different kind of freeing. It really felt like that team environment that I've been craving so much of like, it felt like we were playing championship softball and we had been playing together for years. So that was really cool.
So special. And I know I started at the beginning saying the incredible, not only athletes, but human beings that played their very last game of softball yesterday. And I just want to highlight them a little bit in terms of Gwen, Sam, Haley, and Sachelle. What has it meant for you to just watch their career all the way throughout and then to see them get their flowers yesterday and know how much they moved the needle within our sport?
Yeah, just an honor to like have played with all of them. I think they're just elite softball players, but better humans, and they made the game better. They grew our professional game, and I'm forever thankful to them for sure.
And for you, not only are you playing in Athletes Unlimited, but you continue to represent Team USA. What is that honor like for you? And you're just over in Japan. You continue to compete with them. And just how excited are you for moving forward and what's to come for Team USA with the Olympics coming up in 2028 as well?
Yeah, I think that before I even had dreams of playing in college, I dreamed of playing for Team USA. It's such a dream come true, and I want to help our country win every single game and just help get us better. But it's just really an honor, and I'm just going to continue to get better and hope that I can make that team in 28 to help us win that gold medal on home soil and get our sport to the top where it so deserves to be.
I couldn't agree more. And lastly, I know you have a trip back to Clemson coming up soon, but what's next? I mean, I know there's not I'm going to Disney World after winning the championship. How are you planning to celebrate within these next few weeks?
Probably just gonna go home and then have a nice dinner with my husband, soak it up, maybe get a nice bottle of wine and a steak dinner. But other than that, just go back to normal life and be back home with my people and start the off-season workouts and get going.
I love it. Well, enjoy every second. Safe travels back home, and congrats again on an incredible Athletes Unlimited season.
Thanks, Sydney. Thanks for covering us so great. You're awesome.
Thank you. Well, safe travels, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
And thank you all